Hey guys, Dan the Wolfman here, Catch-Jitsu.com. I'm going to show you my way of doing the Kimura double wrist lock in guard for no gi, for MMA. For gi, kind of, but you got to make sure they don't grab the gi or the belt to defend. So I'm going to show you what I feel is the best way against all different body types, big, strong, sweaty dudes, in order to get this lock. So if I'm in full guard, I'm going to show you some mistakes that people make right away. Anytime the guy gets his hand on the mat or you have good Nogueira style wrist control, people turn sideways to get the lock. Now, do you see the space between my elbow and his ribs? So yeah, good, very good. So you see all this space? Then we do our defense to the counter hammer lock. Please look at my defense. I have two good defense videos, like 3 good defense videos on defending Kimuras and double wrist locks, double wrist locks. Most people twist sideways. They corkscrew and they go bam and they sit to the lock instead of the man. This is the biggest mistake that people make. It's way too loose. Remember, we're about space control and tightness, okay? So what you want to do, if that hand gets on the mat, or however you get there, from a guillotine or from a hip bump sweep, you sit up to the man like you're stealing a wallet out of his back pocket. You sit to the man for the guillotine, for hip bump sweep, you sit to the man. You don't sit to the lock. So don't twist sideways and give space. It's very easy for him to do many defenses, just limp arm out, punch you in the face, all kinds of stuff. So you sit up to him, bam, like I'm stealing a wallet out of his back pocket, okay? So if his hands are on the mat, breaking his posture, whatever, if he messes up, or we're moving around because of my movement, he's got to pose to get balance. His hand's on the mat, I sit up to him. Now once I sit up to him, then I come in for my lock. And look at, there's no space now. If I go sideways, there's space. But if I come up and then boom, weave in for my figure 4, my elbow's touching his ribs, okay? Now, here's the right way of, once I got my figure 4 together, in my opinion, of doing this lock. I get an angle of attack just like everyone teaches for arm bars, but for some reason the double wrist lock, Kimura, they don't. Which makes some people like Marcelo Garcia say, oh, it's a power move. If you do it correctly and get an angle of attack like you should on all submissions, it's not a power move really. I kick this leg up his back. Once I get this, the next step is hip out, move my butt out, my right hip out, and kick the leg up the back. So I hipped out and I'm here. I kick this as high up the back as I can. Now right away I kick this up and recross my legs. On big fat guys it might be kind of hard, but you can do it. If you get it way on your side, even against them, if you turn your bottom hip down more, even on big guys, then you can get your feet together. So if you're going with someone big and you have trouble here, hip out a little bit more and then get your legs together. That way he can't push the leg here, don't be open and pass your guard. You got to be aware of that when you go for this lock. So sit up to him, lock it up, and now I kick the leg up the back to get my angle of attack, and I hip out, okay? In one big power piece, bam. Cross the ankles. Now, the next thing everybody does wrong, see how I got the angle? I got the angle of attack. So even if people sit sideways, they do this, and they try to lock him here, spine to spine. That's the second mistake people make. They try to lock it linear. Instead of angle of attack 90 degrees, they 0 degrees. They're linear, spine to spine. And the best you can hope against someone good here, if you're really strong, I think my friend Sam Holder rolled Rashad Evans this way, possibly in that fight, is to get a sweep. If I do this really hard, he'll eventually, can he shoulder roll? Boom, up lower, bam. Eventually he'll get a sweep and he can come on top or go to mount even. I can follow him with my hips and get mount, but you're not gonna lock him. So, here, sideways, ankles crossed with no guard pass. So now I have my angle of attack. Now the third mistake people make is they wrestle out here. Now if I wrestle him out here, who goes first? If I wrestle, defend, put some strength in, and then yeah, defend, and now I defend and I go and you move, wrestle me, yeah, and then we're here and we're here and we're here. Okay? So for every time he moves his arm, he decides what direction to wrestle in. He engages his muscles. I have to, my nervous system takes 1 to 1.5 seconds to respond. I decide to re-wrestle back in the proper direction. He's already countering, re-wrestling this way. I'm already deciding to re-counter this way. It's a counter-counter game and he's the one leading the dance. Now, especially if he's stronger than me, that ain't gonna work. It's like wrestling a keg of beer. Powerlifting, not powerlifting guys, strongmen. Okay? So I wrote you this way. So What I don't want to do, even if I'm out here at the angle of attack, is I don't want to wrestle out here. This is arm strength against arm strength, and worse than that, it's the angle's constantly changing and he's the one leading the dance. Okay? This is wrong. That's why people think it's a power move. Because if he had 20 pounds of me in muscle, there's no way I'm going to get him because he's just going to drive in with his head and wrap the arm around my neck. Yeah, come this way. Where at? Okay? Bam! And then if it's MMA, my ribs are open, he's going to punch my ribs in the way. Okay? It's very easy. Or he can limp arm his arm out. So I'm here and I'm going, oh, and then he just limps it out. Okay, I'm going to lose it. So, step 1, sit up to him. Step 2, hit your angle of attack. Step 3, instead of wrestling out in no man's land, isolate the motion. Pin it to your leg. What do I have? I can choose first what motion we're going to wrestle in. It's like arm wrestling. Okay? You don't want him to get the grip. I isolate it to my leg. Now I have a plane of attack. There's only one way I'm going to push it. Instead of wrestling all these different angles, all I got to do is push it to my leg at a slight, like instead of straight up parallel to my leg, I go into my leg maybe a little bit 20 or 30 degrees off. So instead of straight up my leg, I push it in to keep it there. So no matter when he wrestles out, I'm still pushing it in. Give me like half, 50% pressure. And now I push it to my leg and up, 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 and it's gonna go up. So his energy actually helps me because I'm hitting it at a apex, maybe not like the apex is my knee, but like a roof. Okay, I'm hitting it in. So if I'm off on my side, I pin it to my leg. I isolate the range of motion. Now I push it, pay attention guys, I push it up the leg, he can't wrestle it out because I'm pinning it. Bam! Up, 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 and now he starts to lose energy because biomechanics in his shoulder, the tendons, ligaments are getting tight. Now, a lot of people will tap right here at the point of my elbow. See that? Because he's a muscular guy. If you have thinner people that do yoga and they're smaller jiu-jitsu guys, you can pass it. So if you do pass, go slow. If you pass the point of your knee, where most big guys will tap, then you go small banana to the back of the head, like you do with any hammer lock, Maplata, whatever. Pin it, up, 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 and he taps. Now try and loosen everything up, relax, so don't put any energy defending it. Now I push it up, see he's more flexible. That's a little trick in submission defense. Look, he ain't tapping, he's got 2 more inches now. So once you clear here, you go small banana, curve to the back of the head. Okay, you don't want it way out here, you want it kind of direct to the back of the head. Okay, so let me hit it here. I got the hand on the mat, I sit up to him, sideways, I kick off, I get my angle of attack, I pin it, I own it, I take it up, 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 boom, he taps. Okay, and if I need to, if you're super flexible, I can keep hipping out and really break the shoulder. We've seen that in UFC once before. Another typical way of getting this would be from a hip bump sweep. So I control posture, okay? He postures up to the sky. Instead of going down, keep your knees down, but posture head up to the sky. He postures up, bam, I'm gonna go for the sweep, okay? And then there's my block. Okay, okay. This time I'm going to try to sweep you this with this. So I got posture control. He postures up. Then I hit my hip bump sweep. Bam, and I grab that wrist. Get my angle, get my legs together. Once my ankles are recrossed, pin your angle of attack to the leg. Up, 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 up. And that is, in my opinion, the proper way of doing a double wrist lock. In a gi, you got to be careful because he might be able to grab his belt here. Okay? But for no gi and MMA, this is the way that even I've been able to tap out big, strong, athletic pro fighters. And I think it will work for you. Remember those 3 main key points why everyone does it wrong, in my opinion. Try this out, especially for a smaller guy, and see how it works against even people that maybe are a little bit bigger than you. I hope you liked it. CatchJitsu.com. Please subscribe. Thanks.